Alright, welcome back everybody to another market day. I am your designated inquirer. My name is Axel. It is 9/16/2020 and right now we're going to be taking a look at Tesla. Next we'll be taking a look at the Nasdaq and then Bitcoin. Let me know if you guys whether or not you guys want to see Apple and or any other asset that happens to be traded. Of the ones that you guys want to see, I will try and do an analysis of it and or try and put my eyes and feelers and take a look at what it's doing. Now today it does seem as though Tesla did go ahead and move up to the next tier. It did shift the point of control. It did end up staying in this range, but is this range right here, this area which it did increase, is about the volume for a day. So if it drops here tomorrow, basically back to VWAP, okay, then we'll most likely have more volume here and a reestablishing point of control to the middle, in which case it can drop down to here, spend a couple days down here, shift the point of control, and then move further down. All of those things can happen. It can also move up from here to move this standard deviation band to more center about this point further into next week so that it can make a jump for the all-time high on battery day. That would be probably optimum for bulls, but we don't know what's going to happen, right? It can try and make a push for it, fail, come down to maybe VWAP, and then stay basically about this area, making a more rounder VWAP till end of next week. And then end of next week, we basically have battery day on the 24th, and then basically it goes sky high into Friday. But it would be more impressive still, I think it would be more impressive still if it did that jump from basically the 300 and or further. It did that from 250 all the way to 500. That would be pretty amazing, but that's just me. But right now what we do have on the side of the bears is a overturning momentum curve. So we have an overturn here. Okay, we've got the signal that momentum is now turning negative. Okay, it's staying negative and it's expanding, it's moving toward the negative momentum range. We're still in positive momentum. Okay, so it doesn't have to move down a whole lot for this to turn lower. What can happen is basically what we start to see here, where we see an accelerating momentum to the downside. Okay, that can happen. All right, and the next time around, maybe or maybe not, we plow through basically this level, considering that we are basically halfway through, more than halfway up toward the all-time high. It would be a general level to where basically to turn around and make our way back down to see if we can make a lower low. Granted, there have been local higher lows and stuff and whatnot along the way, but generally if you look out toward the day or further, what you do see is basically this was one higher high, this was a lower high, this was a higher high, this was a lower high. It can still just move straight up and make a higher high. It could do that, but what we could also do is turn around right here. If we do turn around right here, this would be a very telling, very large head and shoulders, okay, and where we could basically see a downturn of which I was talking about before, from here to here, which was like almost a 70% move, which would be pretty incredible. But yeah, a move like that would probably be interrupted by a battery day next week. So this could drop quickly, get really close to basically this this all-time low right here, and then turn around and make its way higher. So all these things can happen. There's a lot of scenarios. You just gotta whatever it is that you're guessing, make sure you have your stops, make sure you take risk, make sure you limit your risk, and yeah. So that's Tesla today. We basically had, yeah, this meandering, not a whole ton of movement, but when we do see on the daily, what we do see here, right here, is a candle that ends up being heavy on the top side with the wick, right? So this kind of means that we do have basically a negative indicator here, like this one right here. It tells us that we can go lower. Okay, it doesn't mean we have to. Like this one right here would tell us that we can go higher, but we didn't. We ended up going lower still, because the rest of the market basically pulled it toward it. So that can happen. This does not mean that we have to move lower. It just means that there is a possibility that we can. Now, I think that's pretty much Tesla, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to NASDAQ and Bitcoin. And but yeah, if I don't see you then, have a good rest of your day. And if you guys do want to see that, please stick around and watch the next video. But until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and yeah, take care. Bye.